Dear His and Her Excellency, Minister, Ambassador, distinguished experts, and ladies and gentlemen, I am Natsuhiko from Hokkaido University Arctic Research Center, Japan. This is my great honor to join the 9th International Arctic Shipping Seminar, Korea 2020. And I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Professor Song Won Hong and Associate Professor Sim Dek No for their great effort to this important seminar and gave me this opportunity. Today, I'd like to share my thoughts on the possibility and characteristics of the Northern Sea route, focusing on container shipping and effects of COVID-19 to the Northern Sea route shipping activities. And here are the topics of my talk today. Firstly, I'd like to talk about Japan's actual performance of the Northern Sea route shipping. And following that, I will show you the current status of engagement to the Northern Sea route shipping of Japan. Then I'd like to show you the case example of trial container shipping via the Northern Sea route, which was conducted 2019. Then I will discuss what could be the determinants of trans-Northern Sea route commercial shipping. And finally, I will talk about the effect of COVID-19 to commercial shipping of the Northern Sea route briefly. This slide shows Japan's record of trans-Northern Sea route shipping. So far, 17 shipments activities have been carried out via the Northern Sea route to and from Japan since 2012. And among them, 4 shipments of LNG were conducted. Of these, 2 were from Yamal LNG. And whale meat was shipped 4 times from Iceland. And forage was shipped 4 times from Europe to 3 ports in Hokkaido and in Kyushu. This figure shows the destination ports and origin ports of Northern Sea route shipping in Japan since 2012. These ports are found from the northernmost region as Hokkaido to the southernmost region as Kyushu. Among them, Tomakomai and Kyushu in Hokkaido received 3 times of shipment by COSCO specialized carriers, and Osaka received 4 times of whale meat shipment by refrigerated carrier. And Ogishima in Tokyo Bay received 2 shipments from LNG, 2 shipments of LNG from Yamal LNG so far. And here's a brief overview of the Japan's shipping sector regarding the Northern Sea route. Because of the major shipping companies in Japan have little number of ice-class cargo vessels, all those shipping activities of Northern Sea route in Japan were conducted by foreign ship owners. And the Japanese shipping companies are lacking interest on container shipping of the Northern Sea route at this moment. Meanwhile, their target of business would be destination shipping of bulk cargoes. On the contrary, the port authority locating in Hokkaido region, which has geological advantage of locating northeastern gateway between Asian and Northern Sea route, are showing interest on utilizing the Northern Sea route. In the nation level, government ministries have been holding a periodical session to share information on trend of Northern Sea route and holding a similar session with business enterprises, municipalities, and researchers. Under such circumstances, bulk cargoes are gradually shipped between Europe and Japan as a destination shipping, and awareness of Northern Sea route is gaining among cargo owners in Japan. In the Arctic study field of Japan, a new 5-year national project of Arctic research, namely Arctic Challenge for Sustainability 2, ARCS-2, has just been launched in June 2020. And this ARCS-2 will not only promote advanced academic Arctic research, but also intends to assess the impact of Arctic environmental change on society, implement research achievement in the society, including policymakers. In its strategic goals, the project strengthens the study field of developing safety and sustainability of ice navigation, analyzing interrelation between international maritime transport network and the Northern Sea Route, and economic and social impact of the Northern Sea Route. But I'd like to show you a positive example of Japan's shipping sector in Arctic shipping. So far, Russia conducted a few times of trans-Northern Sea Route container shipping by nuclear cargo ship and started a new project which aims at trans-Northern Sea Route container liner shipping in the future. Marx conducted one-time trans-container shipping by the maiden voyage of ice-class container carrier from Chinese shipyard to Europe via Korea. But these attempts were not commercial-based activity. In 2019, Tomakomai Futo Corporation Limited, Tomakomai Port Authority, and COSCO Shipping Specialized Carriers has conducted trial trans-Northern Sea Route container shipment from Helsinki to Tomakomai. This attempt is aiming at examining commercial possibility of trans-container shipping between Hokkaido and European ports. For this trial, 20 of 40-feet containers which were imported from Finland to Hokkaido had been chosen. The cargo was lumbers for house building in Hokkaido. In order to ship these containers, shipping schedule was adjusted with ice-class general cargo vessel of COSCO Shipping Specialized Carriers, which was originally planned to transport wood chip from Finland to China. By good fortune, both schedule of cargo owner and shipping company were adjusted, and the first trial of trans-Northern Sea Route container shipping to Japan became a reality. From this trial, we recognized the importance and potential of quick delivery which could be achieved by the Northern Sea Route against the conventional Suez Canal route. Then, what could be the determinants of trans-Northern Sea Route container shipping at this moment? Basically, container carrier is mostly occupied for liner service network, even in the case of ice-class vessel, so we can hardly find ice-class container carrier for temporal Northern Sea Route shipping. As a result, Trump liner shipping of container must find multi-purpose bulk carrier which has similar schedule and destination for her original cargo at this moment. Here, availability of ice-class cargo ship and long enough navigational period might be desired from cargo owners. On the other hand, fair number of cargo volume and stable periodical demand might be desired from shippers. And in the case of container shipping by the Northern Sea Route by Trump liner shipping cost is not competitive against the regular service via the Suez Canal. So in order to get profit from the Northern Sea Route container shipping at this moment, sufficient volume of cargo which enables to cover additional cost for calling at the port for containers is indispensable. And what could be the determinants of trans-Northern Sea Route commercial shipping? As of the end of 2019, more than 300 trans-Northern Sea Route voyages were carried out between Atlantic and Pacific Ocean ports. All these attempts were temporal destination shipping, and mainly bulk cargo was transported. Basically, most of voyages were successfully completed without notable delay or problem. And through these accumulated experiences, shipping market might gradually gain practical knowledge of the Northern Sea Route for their businesses. And based on these experiences, the determinants of trans-Northern Sea Route shipping could be considered as can be seen in this slide. Firstly, sea ice retreat enables to expand summer navigable period and chance to match time-dependent cargo demand and ice-class ship schedule. But it would be hard to find high ice-class cargo vessel that can sail the Northern Sea route in winter, and it is not easy to achieve competitive shipping costs in near future. So the discussion of year-round shipping of general cargo would be a matter of long-term view. And fuel price is one of the key elements of the Northern Sea route shipping cost. Higher the fuel price becomes, the Northern Sea route shipping cost feasibility against the Suez Canal route becomes more competitive. And currency of Russian ruble is also an important element for icebreaker assistance fee because it is prescribed in Russian ruble. And availability of Russian nuclear icebreaker is often questioned, but it is not serious issues under recent sea ice retreat in midsummer to fall. However, if shipping activity expands to ice existing season and number of ships start to enter the Northern Sea route, this would be a serious issue and uncertainty of navigation would increase. And ice and weather forecasts are achieving both Russian information service and non-Russian commercial service as well. And satellite monitoring of sea ice is also achieving, but still there remain many issues to be developed. And so far from Japan's actual achievement on trans-Northern Sea route shipping, quick delivery and free from piracy was highlighted rather than cost effectiveness after downslide of freight market since 2014. And among the above issues, ambitious motivation of shipping sector can be a driver to develop further utilization of the Northern Sea route. For example, Russia is planning to develop trans-Northern Sea route container shipping business between Murmansk and the Far Eastern port. And the port of Tomakomai in Hokkaido region in Japan has been achieving its activity to utilize the Northern Sea route for both bulk and container transport between Europe. And from here, I'd like to touch upon the effect of COVID-19 to the Northern Sea route shipping in brief. According to the projection of Transport Intelligence Limited, COVID-19 has amplified pre-existing troubles in global container freight forwarding market, such as oversupply of vessels, downturn of freight price, and US-China trade conflict to contract 1.1% in the best case, while 7.3% in severe conditions by market value in 2020. Among them, the North American sea freight market growth is projected to contract 12.1%, while 8.2% in European market and 5.7% in Asia Pacific market by severe impact case, which can be seen by red bar in the graph on your right. And by monitoring the ship traffic of which arrivals and departures in Japan, China, North America, and Europe, number of ships arrived at Japan decreased from the end of January until March 2020, then recovered to the same level of previous year. Among them, container carrier and bulk carrier showed the same tendency above, but car carrier has decreased after April. And as of June, impact to Japan's maritime transport seems to be definitive. On the other hand, number of ships from China to Japan, Korea, India, Europe, and the United States mostly decreased, except for bulk carrier to Europe. And at this moment, Northern Sea route is utilized for limited cargoes as a niche shipping market against the current circumstances of dull freight market and inexpensive fuel price. So far, destinational shipping of crude oil and LNG from the Russian Arctic coast does not seem to decrease. And except for LNG, there is no regular cargoes to use the Northern Sea route for east-west cargo transport. So, although this stagnation of maritime transport might cast a shadow to the Northern Sea route commercial shipping, Northern Sea route shipping might experience plateau rather than losing a large amount of cargo demand. However, if structural shift might happen in the international specialization of manufacturing and maritime transport triggered by this pandemic, it would be necessary to reconstruct the plan for utilization of the Northern Sea Route for those who are aiming at utilizing the Northern Sea Route, such as Russia, Hokkaido region, and Tomakomai Port Authority as well. And this is the end of my slide. And thank you very much for your kind attention. And I hope we could overcome this pandemic soon and hope to see you by face to face. Thank you very much.